Hi, my name's Nicole Amato, and my social media project will be on dementia. Having a loved one who is aging and becoming ill is never easy, especially when they have dementia. Dementia is a syndrome that will only continue to get worse with time. A person who develops this will need around the clock care in order to ensure they don't cause themselves or anyone else harm around them. There may come a time where one of your loved ones has dementia and you will have to be the caregiver. With this being said, it's important to know how to properly care for elderly with dementia. First, you must know what dementia is. According to What's the Difference Between Dementia and Alzheimer's Disease on healthline.com, it states that dementia is an overall term used to describe symptoms that impact memory, performance of daily activities, and communication abilities. There are many types of dementia, Alzheimer's disease being one of the most common types. Alzheimer's disease gets worse with time and affects memory, language, and thoughts. According to What is Dementia on alts.org, this is commonly the result of aging, where your brain cells become damaged. There is unfortunately no known cure. However, symptoms can be temporarily improved by certain drug treatments. There are other forms of dementia that are the result of depression, medication side effects, excess use of alcohol, thyroid problems, or vitamin deficiencies. People with any of these have the hope of making some kind or a full recovery with the help of correctly regulating your body. Overall, it is very difficult to be around someone with dementia. As time goes on, the syndrome takes over their body more and more. At first, they forget little things such as keys or phones. Towards the end, it could get so bad they don't even remember their kids or spouse. This could be very difficult for family members to cope with. Once you have learned enough about the syndrome, you are able to take on the task of caring for a loved one with dementia. According to Caregiver's Guide to Understanding Dementia Behaviors on caregiver.org, it says that when caring for someone with dementia, it's important to be as positive as possible. For any social interaction, your attitude will rub off on the person you're talking to. Therefore, if you approach them with a poor attitude, they may become more difficult than usual. It's also important to know that they are probably confused and scared because everything around them could seem unfamiliar. You should ask simple questions, or else you may confuse them more. The confusion may cause them to become aggressive. According to Dementia Care Do's and Don'ts Dealing with Dementia Behavior Problems on aplaceformom.com, it says to never yell back or be physical with them, even if they are with you. Instead, you should try to calm them down and explain exactly what you want them to do and why. However, this doesn't always work either. If this happens, walk away and give them some time alone. Sometimes, this is all they need, and once you approach them again, they are like a new person, calm and easygoing. If they make comments such as, "This isn't my home," the best thing to do is to show them pictures or memorable objects to try to drag their memory back. In the later stages of dementia, they can forget the most important people and things in their life. That's why telling stories and reminiscing is so important. At times, it will be a success, and others, it won't be. It is understandable that this could be extremely stressful at times, which is why it's important to know that there are people around to help. Many people don't realize the time commitment being a caregiver actually is. For most people, this is a full-time job, and your life becomes temporarily on hold. Unfortunately, there are times where being a caregiver isn't a choice and it is just thrown your way. For example, if your parent gets sick and refuses to be put in a care facility, they may ask you to care for them. For most people, it would be extremely hard to deny their request after they have done so much for you while you were growing up. However, as I said before, being a caregiver is extremely stressful, and before anything else, your own health comes first. This includes your mental health. If you are not eating or sleeping properly, this can cause physical and mental illness, which is obviously not good. Caring for someone with dementia is also extremely trying on one's patience because you try so hard, but as time goes on, their memory will only get worse and this job will only get harder. That is why it's important to know that there are people who can help, and this isn't something you should have to go through alone. According to Caring for Someone with Dementia, 5 Fundamentals on Alzheimer's.net, there are many people who are in support groups. These support groups can be found right online. This could be a place to vent and to get advice from people going through similar situations. As much as your patient may not want to, there may come a time where they have to go to a care facility. Rick Phelps stated in When is it time to place a loved one with dementia in a long-term care facility on agingcare.com that some of the reasons for this include when their mobility declines sufficiently and if they wander frequently. Both can lead to very dangerous outcomes if they aren't put in a facility. For example, they can fall, which we all know could be life-threatening for an elderly person. And wandering at night could be very bad because there are times where people forget where they live or even their own name. This could make it very difficult to contact a family member and bring them back home. Caring for an elderly loved one is never easy, especially if they have dementia. Before taking on this task, it's important to educate yourself, and if it gets to be too much, there are many people willing to help you. Just remember, these are the people who took care of you growing up, so make sure they are given the best care possible.